so passionate about empowering other people, and Lenora, that's what we want to talk about today. We want to really dig into this, and I'm so excited. Why don't you tell everybody what you have going on right now? We want to just jump right into that.
All right, so as Wayne stated, my name is Lenora Lassiter. I am the people builder. I am a life coach, speaker, and author, and I have a great event that will be taking place on this Saturday, August the 3rd, at the Ambiance Business and Entertainment venue. It is entitled Sister Pour Into Me Women's Empowerment, where we literally take the time to pour into each person that attends this event. Again, it's for women, and each woman will have the opportunity to network. They will have the opportunity to shop from vendors. They will have the opportunity to connect, and not only connect, but have the opportunity to pour into the sisters that are sitting at the table, or the sister that they meet at the buffet line, or at the vendor's booth. We're going to cover various topics that individuals deal with, such as mental health, in addition to how to take care of oneself, how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with depression, how to become a leader, Wayne, in their community. It's very important that we have leaders who obtain certain knowledge and go back and build up their community, go back and build up individuals that within their personal space as far as their home. So it's going to be a very great event. I have a great lineup of subject matter experts who are ready to pour into the lives of these ladies that are going to be in attendance.
That is awesome, and it's great that we have you here today, because what we want to talk about today is how it takes a secure leader to really believe in empowering others and really go through the process of building other people up. That's so important. We can't just say that we're empowering people when we're not really going through the steps of actually doing that, providing the resources, all of those things that you just laid out for us that are so important to leadership as we continue to develop the people around us. And it might not always be the people that we can reach out and touch. Sometimes our influence goes past that initial circle, and we start reaching people that we don't touch personally, but the people that we do touch, they go out and touch. So we have to go through this process of empowering people, providing those resources, going through the process and the steps to making sure that we are really empowering people the way that we say we're doing.
Absolutely.
So I'm so excited about this. And listen to this. Like I said, only secure leaders give power to others. You have to be secure in your own leadership ability, in your own purpose, to actually empower other people. What do you think about that?
I think that's absolutely correct. A lot of people, they don't want to give people the necessary tools to become empowered because they feel like it's going to take something from them. That's not true empowerment. True empowerment is sharing the wealth of knowledge. Sharing how did you get from step A to step B, or from step B to step C, showing them what the processes entail. So withholding information is not really empowering. Empowering means laying everything out on the table for that person to be able to take that information that you're laying on the table to implement, to see change within their personal life and also within their professional life.
That is excellent. We have to be able to lay everything out there without holding anything back. There's no need to hold anything back when you're secure in your own self. You have a purpose. Nobody can do what you were designed to do better than you. Your purpose is for you. God gave you a purpose to do something. You were born with that purpose. Nobody can take that from you, no matter how much information you share. But what you can do as a leader is prevent other people from growing because you're insecure about your own self. That's where we have a problem. That's where leadership becomes something else, when we're not giving all that we have to give to empower and better other people. So that's very important, and that's one of the barriers. So right now I want to kind of transition into some of the barriers that we as leaders could possibly face if we're not careful. And the first one is job security. I don't know about you, Lenora, but I've had situations where I had a leader that was over me, somebody that I worked for, and they just felt like they had to hold things back from me because they saw potential in me, or they saw something in me that they'd be intimidated. I don't know, but for whatever reason, they chose to hold back information from me that kind of prevented me from reaching my potential at that time. that did two things for me. One, it took away a little bit of respect that I had for that person as a leader. And then the other thing it did was made me find my own answers. So that was a benefit to me.
Okay.
But in order for me to find my own answers, I had to leave from that leadership and kind of go out on my own and find my own answers. Not to say that I completely left, but I did have to go out and find some things out on my own and then come back. So it's twofold. Yeah, I became more resourceful because of that, but I also lost a little bit for that individual. I don't know if you had any similar experiences like that.
I've had individuals who were in leadership positions that really did not want to show me, okay, where I could actually go and obtain this type of certification or even some type of professional development in order to move forward within my career. So as you stated, when they were not willing to give me the information or the tools that I need in order to progress, I'm a researcher. So I will go and find the information that I need because I'm a resourceful type of person. And once I found that information, I was able to ascertain the skill sets that I needed in order to move forward in promotion. So when you stated twofold, it worked out for your advantage. And now you know how that leader is.
Absolutely. And then another thing that I think I gathered from that was I don't want to be that type of leader.
Right.
So that's three things. So I kind of lost a little bit for that person for a short term, but it caused me to be more resourceful on my own. And then I was able to take in everything that I learned, and now I can pour that into other people. So
Yes.
I'm pouring into people the things that I learned, whether they were good lessons or bad. Those are still experiences that I have that I can share with other people. So that's how it works. But we want to make sure that when we are leaders, leading people, we want to make sure that we're doing everything for them, for their betterment, for their growth and their empowerment. When we empower people, we're giving them the authority to go out and be great.
Absolutely.
So going back to your event, Lenora, let's talk about those things now. I know that we just mentioned job security. Some people are fearful that they may lose their position or they may lose something by empowering other people, but in your event, you kind of combating that theory. You're kind of coming against that and saying that's not how we need to be. That's not what it is all about. So
Right.
what are some of the things that you can, from this point here, that you can glean from what's going to take place at your event?
So what's going to take place at my event is one thing in particular. I have a speaker, her name is Deanna Lee. She has over 20 years within the corporate sector on basically climbing the corporate ladder,
Okay.
being a minority and also being the only female within a company of 4,000 plus individuals, but in a managerial type of role. And she shares some of the obstacles that she faced, some of the challenges that she faced moving up that corporate ladder. And she just released a book called Finding Your Roar. She's going to talk to the ladies in the audience on how to find your roar within the workplace, within your community, within your family. But one thing that I do want to highlight, to kind of give you a nugget about her book, she talks about finding your roar within the workplace, is that she encouraged others to seek out certifications in project management or Lean Six Sigma, just to kind of get another certification out there in order to move forward. But some people just lack a basement. They did not want to take advantage of that. But she was a good leader. She was pouring into those subordinates, but they did not take advantage of that. With that being said, she's going to pour into the ladies, letting them know, listen, if you want to move up in the corporate ladder, you can do that. Don't allow a requisition and all of the skills that are listed under that requisition to discourage you from pursuing an opportunity.
Absolutely.
So no, that's just one thing to keep it short.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And so if you have not purchased your ticket for the Sister Pouring to Me event, is it too late?
Well, actually, registration closed yesterday, but if you do inbox me today only, I will make an exemption to see if we can get you a ticket for the event, but that is today only. No exceptions after today.
You heard it right here. Today is the last day for you to get your seat at this great event. Now, I want to do a quick exercise. Everybody out there that's listening, I want you to do this exercise with me. I want you to take in a deep breath, as much air as you can. Just take it in as much as you can and then hold it. All right, just hold it. Okay, let it out. Now, when you reach the point where you could not take in any more air. That's what leadership is. You have to let it out. When you are empowering people, you have to let it out. In order for you to get in more air, you have to let some air out. So when you withhold information from people, when you are holding back resources from people, you're stopping their growth. That's exactly what you're doing. You're taking in a deep breath and you're just holding it. You're not letting it out and you can't bring any more in. That's bad leadership. That's a leader that does not grasp the full definition and understanding of what empowerment is.
Yes.
I hope y'all enjoyed that brief little demonstration. I want to go to the next barrier of empowerment, which is resistance to change. And Lenora, you just touched on it briefly. A minute ago, we were talking about people that they actually did have the resources presented to them, but they did not act. They did not move. They did not take that next step so that they could be empowered fully, so that they could grow fully and reach that next level. And we want to make sure that we understand, first of all, that empowerment goes both ways. You have to be open to empowerment.
Yes.
When you do have a leader that's providing those opportunities and those resources for you, you must take advantage of them. You have to act. And I say this, and I'll repeat it right now. When you are seeking opportunities, you have to be prepared for those opportunities so when they do come, you're ready.
Yes.
You don't have to now get ready because there's an opportunity. You have to be ready when it comes so that you can move on it. When you have people in your life that want to help you, or they say they're going to do something for you, they say they're going to get you to this next opportunity, that's great, that's fine, that's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the meantime, you have to continue to work.
Yes.
You have to continue to strive for your goal, your success with your own ability. When that other situation comes through, that should be something that's in addition to what you're doing. Not something that you just sit on the sideline and wait for someone else to do the work for you and then you go from there. No, you have to be working all the time.
Right.
What do you think about that?
I agree wholeheartedly. You have to work. When the opportunity is available for you, take advantage of that opportunity. Some some employers may give you an opportunity and saying, okay, we're going to offer this professional development course. It's going to be open for this amount of time. And you may wait till the last minute, and at the last minute, that time is no longer available for you to take that opportunity to pursue that professional development course. So it's very important to seize the opportunity while it is there. Don't miss the opportunity, because sometimes an opportunity will only come one time around. So take advantage of that.
And another thing, people don't like change.
Yes.
Even when they see that there's an advantage to it, they still don't want to do it. Change is painful. We don't like change, but guess what? When you move, when you're proactive when it comes to change, you will find yourself in a much better position than when you try to avoid it. You can't avoid change. It's going to happen whether you're active or not.
Right.
It's going to happen. So it's better to be in front of the change so that you can grow.
Right.
And that's what empowerment is about as well. Being able to move with the change and not try to resist that change. That's going to bring the pain. That's really when you feel the pain from going through a change. When you try to resist it, it's going to happen.
Right.
So I'm sure that in your event coming up this Saturday, I'm sure there's going to be something that kind of touches on that. Help people to understand that there is an advantage to change that we need to take advantage of. We have to, otherwise we're going to get left behind. How many people have you heard that said, I want to write a book? I've heard many.
Yes, so many.
I want to write a book.
Yes.
Or I want to start a business.
Yeah.
Or I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you see them 3, 6, 9 months later, and you ask them, hey, how's that book coming? Or hey, how's the business coming? And they haven't done anything.
Can I answer that?
Yes, you should.
I have a quote that says, basically it states something, I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit. A person may say, why haven't I arrived yet? Why haven't I arrived to that destination? And the other part of that quote is, you haven't even got started. So sometimes individuals will look and see where another person has achieved a certain goal, such as writing a book. And they have a book that's still within them, but they have not even took the simple initiative of taking a tablet, a writing tablet, a pen, and at least start writing down those thoughts.
Right.
So in order for them to see even the end result of a possible manuscript, they have to at least start jotting down the ideas that are flowing within their head. So they have to get started.
Absolutely. When we think about something monumental to us, whether it's writing a book, starting a business, whatever it may be, a lot of times we have a tendency to try to imagine that or envision that whole process at one time. That is so overwhelming. What we need to do is figure out what is the first step. What is the first thing that's going to get me started on this process? And do that. If you say you want to write a book, take the first step. Get your ideas down. I tell people, I advise people to mind map, whatever your version of mind mapping is, just get your ideas down on paper, and then you can start pulling out things. If you have not done any of that, whatever form you try to do it in, if you haven't done any of that, to me that says you don't really want to write it down. We can dream all day long, we can dream. I know people that have been dreaming my whole life and they still haven't done anything that they said they wanted to do. They're just dreamers. But if you really are passionate about doing something and accomplishing something, show me that you're trying by taking that first step. If you come to me with that and say, hey, this is what I want to do, this is what I have so far, then I can sit down with you and say, okay, I can work with this, and I can help you with this, but I'm not going to do the work for you. And if I do, you have to pay me.
Right.
I mean, honestly, if you want me to do it for you, that's fine. And I have to be compensated for my time.
Absolutely.
But I'm also willing to show you how to do it, and then you can do it yourself, and then I can give pointers along the way.
Right. And sometimes people, like you stated earlier about, well, I'm going to restate based upon what I heard you say. Individuals can become so overwhelmed with envisioning the entire process that they just need to get started. The initial step,
Right.
Not the process, but just the initial steps. And if you don't know, surround yourself with someone who's already did it. And that person can become a mentor and provide you with the steps that they follow in order to achieve that end result that you're trying to reach for. So that's very important for individuals to understand that. Don't get so overwhelmed. There's somebody who's already have done it, So just link up with that individual and just talk with them and see exactly what did they go through, what was the process, and they can provide you with some type of guidance.
Absolutely. We're going to go to the next one. There are many barriers, but I think these are important ones to focus on right now. And the last one I want to focus on today is the lack of self-worth. I meet people all the time that they just don't feel like they can do things. And I will tell you this right now. Every human being that was born with a purpose.
Yes.
God placed something in every individual for them to do with their life. We were not brought here to be born, grow up, go to school, get a job, work all our lives, pay bills, and die. I know that's not all there is to this. We all have a purpose, but there are so many people that just don't have that feeling of worth. We are valuable. Each one of us is valuable to a greater purpose, something that's greater than ourselves. And we have to understand that we all have gifts. We have gifts. Every one of you have a gift. I have a gift. Lenora, you have a gift. We all have gifts. We have to hone in on what those gifts are, focus on those gifts, figure out how we can use those gifts to get to what our purpose is and how we can operate within that purpose and be of value to the rest of the world. We all have something to offer.
Right. And what you just stated kind of lines with another saying that I have, which is a proverbial mantra of mine. It states, you are born for a purpose. And that purpose is to pour into the lives of others. So whatever gift that God has bestowed upon you, utilize that gift and pour it to others. But a lot of times individuals will hold back on the gift that they have because they live with the mindset of constantly comparing themselves to someone else who may be within the same space. Well, I don't do it as well as that person. Or that person have this amount of followers on social media. So really no one is going to pay me any attention. But you use the gift that God has given you and just execute and allow Him to do the rest.
That's right. We have to be ourselves. That's the thing about it. It doesn't matter if the two of us are sitting here, we both empower people, we both have our followings of people that like to hear us talk and like our message, and that's great. But I can't do it the way you do it.
Absolutely.
And you can't do it the way I do it. That is the great thing about being an individual.
Yes.
We have uniqueness about us that makes us different from everyone else. And that's what we need to focus in on. Not try to be like the next person. Figure out why we're different from that person.
Absolutely.
And hone in on that.
Yes.
That is where you're going to find your purpose. That is where you're going to find your value.
Yes.
I can't be valuable to the world if I'm trying to be just like everybody else.
Absolutely.
I have to be myself. You have to be yourself.
Yes.
That is the value. That is. I hope someone is hearing this today and letting that sink in. You have something special to offer this world, and if you're not walking in your purpose, you're depriving the rest of us of your gift. So, Lenora, as we begin to wrap up, I just want to go back to your event. If you have anything special that you want to share that people will take away from your event, now is the time.
When you come to Sister Pour Into Me, literally, pour into me is the experience that you will receive. You will be inspired, uplifted, transformed, and this will be a life-changing experience where you can take the tools that will be provided to you. And if you take those tools and you implement them, you will definitely see change taking place within, first and foremost, your personal life. Once that change starts within your personal life, then it will just overflow over to your family. And from your family, it will overflow within your community, within your church, within your workspace. You will see that change. I have subject matter experts that are coming to pour into you, and they're not withholding anything. That's one thing about it. The people that I've placed on my platform, Wayne, they're not going to withhold anything. They're going to come and they're going to bring everything that they have. Why? Because they want to see change take place within each individual that attends this event.
That is so awesome. It sounds like a very exciting event. I've heard all about it, but since I'm a man, I try to sneak in. But we're very excited about this event, and I think that if you have not gotten your ticket, you really should reach out to Lenora and tell people how they can reach out to you.
You can reach out to me at www.lenora, that's Lenora, Lassiter, LASSITER.com. For more information, you can send me an email. This event will take place Saturday, August the 3rd, from 11 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at 2510 Legion Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28306 at the Ambiance Business and Entertainment Venue. Again, today only, you will have to inbox me if you really have an interest in attending this event. This event is only a $40 investment. We can spend that on eating, on a pair of shoes, what have you. So invest in yourself today so that you can see a return on your investment within the next few days, not only within yourself, but also within your family and within your community.
Thank you so much, Lenora. And I just want to share, we were just talking about lack of self-worth, and I've met so many people that tell me that they don't feel like they can do this, they don't feel like they can do that, or they're not smart enough, or they don't have the looks. I want to encourage all of you, everyone that's listening to us right now, I want to encourage each of you to do this exercise. Look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to write down all of the descriptive words that you see in the mirror. I want you to write them down. And once you get your list completed, then I want you to divide that list into negative descriptive words, positive descriptive words. Once you do that, I want you to see how many negative description words did you use about yourself versus the positive ones, and vice versa. And I want you to look at that list and see how you view yourself. And if you notice that you have more negative descriptive words of yourself than positive ones, we need to talk. I want you to really be honest and do this exercise so you can get a picture for yourself of how you see yourself And when you know how you see yourself, you're going to get a better idea how other people see you. So when we're backing up to the change point that we talked about earlier, being fearful of change, this is a time where we have to be bold and be aggressive in seeking change and making those positive changes that are going to change how we see ourselves. And when you change the way you see yourself, you will change the way other people see you as well. That's what I want to share with you guys today. Also, you can look us up at www.lwaynesmalls.com. You can get more information on L. Wayne Smalls and Associates there. If you need leadership training for your organization, whether it's a church, corporate organization, what have you, nonprofit organizations as well, if you need leadership training, you can book us there. Also, we have our Leader Lifestyles book series. They're available right now. They're Amazon bestsellers. Get your copies there. Look us up on again, it's www.lwaynesmalls.com. You can also follow us on our Facebook page, L. Wayne Smalls and Associates. This is what we do. We're trying to better our communities, and let us not leave out the youth.
Yes.
When we fully grasp the idea of empowerment, then we can really turn to our youth and focus on them and begin to teach them and pour into them these qualities. We want to be pouring in positive qualities and not so much negativity. I think they get enough of that already. They really need some positive energy coming their way. And when we really understand what empowerment is about, then we'll be successful at that.
Right, absolutely. And I had an event about 2 weeks ago where I brought in a young author, Kalea Irvin from Los Angeles, California. And she was only born with 2% of her vision. In addition to that, she was a product of foster care. Her mother was bipolar schizophrenic. So she shared her story of overcoming challenges at such a young age. And she empowered the youth, not only the youth that was in the building, but the adults as well. So they left empowered. We had about 50 plus kids or more from Falcons Children's Home. They're in the foster care system. So she was able to pour into them as well. In addition, real quick, because our time is short, I have a book coming out called Fighting from Darkness that will be released on October the 5th. Go to my website to learn out more information about that one as well.
Thank you so much, Lenora, for joining us today. We really enjoyed you, and we look forward to your sister pouring to me event coming this Saturday. And what's the time? 11 to 3?
11 to 3.
So very exciting times. Again, you can also give us a call at 910-566-0238. Thank you for joining us today on Leadership Talks with L. Wayne Smalls. God bless you. Take care, and we'll see you next time.